Have you ever asked yourself, why are my ideals important to me? Well, that question leads us to the heart of our journey today. We're diving into the power of personal ideals and their profound impact on our lives. Imagine your ideals as an invisible compass, guiding you through the vast landscape of life. They silently influence the paths we choose, the decisions we make, and the actions we take. Ideals are like the North Star in our personal universe, ever shining, ever constant, providing a sense of direction when we feel lost in the dark. But what exactly are these personal ideals? They are the principles, the values, the beliefs we hold dear. They are the standards we set for ourselves, the aspirations that drive us, and the moral code by which we live. They are deeply personal, intimate, and unique to each one of us. Take a moment, think about what your personal ideals might be. Is it honesty? Is it kindness? Is it courage? Or perhaps a blend of these and more? Once you start recognizing these ideals, you begin to understand their significance, their power. Let me share a personal experience. When I first recognized my personal ideals, it felt like a light had been switched on. Suddenly, the decisions that were once confusing became clear. The actions that seemed random now had purpose. My personal ideals of integrity, compassion, and perseverance became the guiding principles of my life. I realized that every step I took, every decision I made, was an opportunity to live up to these ideals. However, understanding your personal ideals is only the first step. The real challenge lies in living by them, in striving to uphold them, even when the world around you doesn't. But that's a story for another scene. For now, remember this. Ideals are not just lofty thoughts detached from reality. They are not just ideas floating in the ether. They are grounded. They are tangible. They shape our actions, our decisions, and ultimately, our lives. Ideals are more than just ideas. They are the blueprint for our lives. Living up to our ideals can be a tough task, don't you think? Just like a ship navigating through a storm, we often find ourselves in the midst of life's turbulent waters, trying to stay true to our ideals. The challenges are manifold, and they come both from the outside world and from within ourselves. External pressures can be overwhelming. We live in a society that is quick to judge, quick to conform, quick to forget the value of individuality. Your ideals might be seen as odd, old-fashioned, or unrealistic by some. The pressure to fit in, to go with the flow, can make standing your ground a Herculean task. Then there are the internal doubts, those sneaky little voices in our heads that whisper, is it worth it? Or what if you're wrong? Doubts, like termites, can eat away at the foundations of our conviction if we let them go unchecked. Let me share a story with you. There was a time when I had to make a critical decision. I was offered a lucrative job, but it went against everything I believed in. It was a position that required compromise on my values, my ideals. I was torn between the allure of financial security and staying true to myself. It would have been easy to rationalize, to convince myself that it was just a job, nothing more. But I knew deep down that it wasn't just about a job. It was about who I was, who I wanted to be. I chose to decline the offer. It was a difficult decision, and there were times when I questioned if I had made the right choice. But in the end, it reinforced my faith in my ideals. The challenges we face in upholding our ideals are not meant to break us. They are there to test us, to strengthen our resolve. They force us to question, to reflect, to grow. So, the next time you face a challenge that makes you question your ideals, remember, it's not a sign of weakness. It's an opportunity for growth. The challenges we face in upholding our ideals can often become the catalyst for our greatest growth. What happens when we consistently strive to live up to our ideals? Imagine a sculptor tirelessly chipping away at a block of marble. Each stroke of the chisel, each grain of dust, brings the envisioned masterpiece closer to reality. That's what consistency does for us. Every time we choose to uphold our ideals, we shape ourselves into the person we aspire to become. Living consistently with our ideals provides a sense of personal satisfaction that's genuinely enriching. It's like having a compass that always points to true north. Our ideals guide our actions and decisions, helping us navigate the complexities of life with a sure sense of direction. This certainty fuels our self-esteem and bolsters our confidence. But the rewards don't stop there. Consistency in living our ideals also fosters personal growth. It's the grit in the oyster that forms the pearl. Every challenge we face and overcome in the pursuit of our ideals strengthens our character, sharpens our skills, and deepens our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. And then there's the joy, the fulfillment that emanates from acting in line with our core beliefs. It's an inner glow that radiates, touching every aspect of our lives and influencing those around us in positive ways. It's the kind of joy that's not dependent on external circumstances, but springs from the well of inner harmony. Moreover, consistency in living up to our ideals can lead to a ripple effect, inspiring others to do the same. Like a pebble thrown into a pond, our actions can create waves of positive change, reaching far beyond our immediate sphere of influence. So, the rewards of consistency are manifold and profound. From boosting our self-esteem to inspiring others, from promoting personal growth to experiencing deep-seated joy. But the most significant reward, perhaps, is the transformation we undergo in the process. As we persist in living our ideals, we gradually evolve into the best version of ourselves. Consistency in living our ideals isn't just rewarding, it's transformative. But what if we choose to abandon our ideals? Imagine a ship without a compass, drifting aimlessly on the vast ocean. That's what life becomes when we abandon our personal ideals. These ideals are our compass, our guiding light, giving us direction and purpose. When we abandon our ideals, we risk losing our identity. Our ideals shape who we are. They are the core of our character, and giving them up can leave us feeling lost and confused. It's like trying to recognize your reflection in a shattered mirror. The image is no longer clear. Let me share a personal story. A dear friend of mine, let's call him Raj, was a passionate environmentalist. His ideal was to lead a sustainable life and inspire others to do the same. He was vibrant, full of life, and his passion was infectious. But then life happened. Pressures from work, family expectations, the convenience of modern living all led him to gradually abandon his ideals. With time, Raj became a shadow of his former self. He seemed lost, his spark was gone, he was drifting through life without direction, without purpose. It was a painful transformation to witness. Raj had lost his identity, his sense of self, because he had abandoned his ideals. Abandoning ideals doesn't just result in the loss of identity, it also leads to the loss of motivation and passion. The fire that once burned brightly within us, driving us to take action, to make a difference, slowly dies out. We become complacent, settling for less than we are capable of. Moreover, when we abandon our ideals, we also lose the respect of those who believed in us, who were inspired by us. We become a disappointment, not just to ourselves, but also to them. Abandoning our ideals can lead to a loss of self, but it's never too late to realign with them. Remember, the ship can always find its way back with the help of the compass. We too can realign with our ideals, reclaim our identity, reignite our passion, and regain our purpose. It's a journey, often a challenging one, but certainly worth every step. So, how do we continue to live up to our ideals, despite the challenges we might face? It's a question that echoes in the corners of our minds, tugging at our consciousness every time we face a decision, big or small. The first step is self-reflection. It's about understanding who you are and what you stand for. Dive deep into your values, your passions, your dreams. What are the principles that guide your life? What are the ideals that you would like to embody? Once you've identified these, it becomes easier to make decisions that align with them. Next, it's about setting realistic goals. It's okay to aim for the stars, but remember, even the tallest skyscraper was built one brick at a time. Break down your larger ideals into smaller, manageable goals. Want to live a more sustainable life? Start with using less plastic. Want to be kinder? Begin with a single act of kindness each day. Small steps can lead to big changes. Practicing resilience is another key strategy. There will be times when you stumble, when you fall short of your ideals. That's okay. It's part of the journey. What matters is not how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. Resilience is not about being invulnerable. It's about bouncing back, learning from your mistakes, and coming back stronger. Remember, the journey to live up to our ideals is continuous. It requires constant effort, continuous self-reflection, and never-ending resilience. It's not about reaching a destination, but about walking a path that aligns with your values, your beliefs, your ideals. And while this journey may be challenging, it's also incredibly rewarding. Every step you take brings you closer to the person you aspire to be. Every decision you make in alignment with your ideals is a testament to your strength, your integrity, your commitment to being the best version of yourself. Living up to our ideals is a journey, not a destination. And every step we take in alignment with our ideals brings us closer to the person we aspire to be. And that, my friends, is the power and beauty of a life lived in alignment with our ideals.